So yeah, we'll get started in standing. Bring your feet to hip width apart. Find a nice mountain pose at the top of your mat. So parallel feet, they both want to track forwards, lifting all the toes, spreading them really wide, and then pressing them, grounding them down into the mat underneath you. You want to have a slight sense of lifting up through the fronts of your thighs, a slight tucking in the tailbone, very gentle engagement through the glutes, rolling the shoulders up, back and down, and shining the palms of the hands forwards. Feel as though you're being lifted from the crown of your head by a string. So you're grounding down with the feet and you're rising up through the crown of the head. So you find this length through the entirety of the spine. Nice. And from standing, we're just going to stay in this lovely mountain pose and do some ujjayi breath. So our first focus on the throat today is a style of breath which translates as victorious breath. For this breath, you just want to breathe in and out through the nose, so not through your mouth. And stay where you are. I'm just going to come closer to the camera. As you exhale, you want to partially squeeze your throat closed, which creates a whispering sound at the back of the throat. So it will sound like this. When I teach kids, it's called dragon breath because you kind of want to make that fiery sound in the throat. It's really, really supportive for a dynamic yoga practice. So keep going with that breath in your standing pose. Start tuning in to your body. So, and I'll give you a few reasons why this breath is so supportive in your practice. So this style of breath heats up the body. It makes us nice and warm for when we get moving. It also aligns your cervical spine correctly. So that's the back of the neck. It also makes sure you breathe really slow and long, particularly on your exhalations, which is exactly what we want in a yoga practice, as it slows the heart rate when we have longer exhalations. So we'll take a few more of these deep, full ujjayi breaths. And my challenge to you as we get moving is to keep this breath going. I'm going to continue reminding you throughout the class to come back to the ujjayi breath. Don't worry if you lose it, but as we're focusing on the throat chakra today, it will just remind you to keep that part of the body conscious and engaged. So with the ujjayi breath, keeping on going, we'll do some head rotations, chin to chest, ear to shoulder, head as far as you want to go. Don't have to go all the way back if it's uncomfortable. Try and inhale as you come up. Exhale as you roll down. And then take the head in the other direction. Nice, head floats back up to center. We'll inhale, soften the knees, float the arms up. Exhale, press the arms down each side, straightening the legs. Inhale, soften the knees, float the arms up. Exhale, press the arms down each side. One more time. Inhale, soft through the knees, core engaged. Exhale, press the arms down. Nice. Inhale, lift the arms, keep the legs long. Find prayer up above your head, and then exhale, bring the prayer down to your heart center, thumbs connecting to the breastbone. So the throat chakra is all about speaking our truth. It's very much about connection to our voice and the sound of our voice and our vocal cords. So we'll begin our flow with chanting the sound of Om. So it's spelt O-M, but it's pronounced more like the sound A-U-M. We'll inhale through the nose and then just let the sound escape through your mouth, however it wants to leave your body. When you're ready, you can close your eyes if you wish. Inhale through the nose. Nice. Inhale, roll the shoulders up, and as they come down, soften through the knees. Inhale up. Exhale, soften. Inhale up. Exhale this time as you soften the knees, brush the fingertips along the floor, take a big circle with the arms, and again, inhale, brush the fingertips, big circle, one more time. Brush and circle. Nice, take the hands all the way down to the hips and walk the feet to the width of your mat. Roll the hips around in a few circles, just connecting to the hip joints. And then take the hips the other way. Nice. Before we flow into some sun salutations, we'll just do a little bit of balancing work, a little bit of leg mobilization. Place the weight in the left leg, take your arms out to each side, and then draw the right knee around in nice, big, juicy circles. And then take the knee in the other direction. Great, step that foot down, other side. And other direction. Lovely, step the foot down. We'll take the front of the right toes on the mat behind you. Inhale, circle the arms up, lift the chest towards the ceiling, and then open the throat center up towards the sky. Exhale, release, second side. So place the top of the left toes on the floor behind you. Keep the core engaged, circle the arms up. Throat lifts to the ceiling. And then release the arms down, find your mountain pose, stepping at the top of the mat. Remember to keep engaging your Ujjayi breath if it's working for you, and we'll flow through some sun salutations. Inhaling, lifting the arms up, look up towards the hands. Exhale, fold forward so you can soften through the knees if you need to. Inhale, lift the gaze, look forwards, maybe come onto the fingertips, maybe place the hands on the shins. Exhale, step all the way back to a plank. And then once you're in plank, drop the knees, untuck the toes and lower all the way down onto your stomach. Inhale, lift the chest, just hover the hands and then replace them. Press back to a child's pose. Rise up to all fours, tuck the toes behind you. Exhale, lift up and back into downward dog. Now in downward dog, if I turn to the side, you can bend one knee at a time, slowly pedaling, walking the weight into the feet, and breathe. Drop the knees down for a moment. Sit the pelvis back onto the heels and bring the forehead to the floor. So know that you can come down into this pose, child's pose, should you ever need a moment's rest, particularly in those downward dogs. Child's pose is always here for you. And if you want to bring an extra stretch into the hips, you can separate the knees and sit back in the same position. Inhale, lift the gaze, look up to the hands. Draw yourself back up onto all fours. Tuck the toes behind you and lift up and back into downward dog. Inhale, lift the gaze, look forward, step between the hands. Take as many steps as you need, look up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, big circle with the arms, sweep them up. Look up towards your hands, and then exhale, draw the hands down through heart center and release. When you're ready, we'll go again. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhaling, folding forwards. Inhale, looking forwards. Exhale, stepping back, finding your plank. Once again, drop the knees, untuck the toes, lower all the way down onto your stomach. Inhale, lift the chest. This time, if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can hover your arms along by your sides. Replace the hands. Exhale, back to a child's pose. Inhale, rise up to all fours, tuck the toes. Exhale, back to your downward dog and breathe. Remember that Ujjayi breath. Inhale, lift the gaze, look forward, step between the hands. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, sweep the arms up, look up towards the hands. Exhale, hands down through heart center and release by the sides. Once again, inhale, lift. Maybe take a little tiny back bend at the top here. Again, opening your throat towards the sky. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lift the gaze, look forwards. Exhale, step back, find your plank. Drop the knees, untuck the toes, chaturanga all the way down. Inhale, lift the chest. If you're feeling really strong, extend your arms out in front of you as the chest is lifting. Then replace the hands under the shoulders, press back to a child's pose. Rise up to all fours, tuck the toes, exhale, downward dog and breathe. You can always pedal your feet in this position. You can always even take a break here if you need to, coming down onto all fours or child's pose. Inhale, lift the gaze, look forward, step between the hands. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, big sweep with the arms, come all the way up. Maybe take a little back bend at the top. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Release. And we'll go for another sun salutation, but we'll start with a slightly different position. We'll start in chair pose. Inhale, soften the knees, brush the fingertips along the floor, lift the arms up into chair. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lift the gaze, look forwards. Exhale, step back to your plank. Drop the knees, untuck the toes, chaturanga, come all the way down. This time, from this position, see if you can interlock your hands behind your back, pressing the palms together. On an inhale, draw the shoulders back and down, push your arms away, to lift your chest, trying to keep your hands together behind you. Exhale, chest comes down, hands under shoulders, press back to a child's pose. Inhale, rise up all fours, tuck the toes, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg, it doesn't have to lift very high. Exhale, step the right foot forwards. You can help the foot forwards with the hand if you need to. Drop the left knee down behind you, untuck the left toes, and just rise up so you're in this low lunge. You can brace the hands on the front of the knee. This might be enough. If you want to go a little bit farther, you can reach the arms up, open the heart and open the throat center to the ceiling as well. Stay with your Ujjayi breath, remember it. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot, tuck the back toes under, lift the back knee and step all the way up and back into downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step the left foot forwards. You can help it forwards if you need to. Drop the right knee down, untuck the right toes, and then brace the hands on the front of that thigh, or you can open the arms up towards the ceiling, maybe open the throat center up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step up and back into downward dog. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, lift the gaze, look forward, step between the hands. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms, find chair. Exhale, straighten the legs, lower the arms, and we're going to do one more sun salutation, starting from chair again. Inhale, bend the knees, brush the fingertips, lift up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, look forwards. Exhale, step back, find your plank. Drop the knees, untuck the toes, lower all the way down onto your front. From here, we're actually going to take a little pause in our sun salutation and come into Sphinx Pose. So for Sphinx Pose, bring your forearms parallel with each other, hands spread nice and wide on the mat in front of you. And you really want to squeeze your shoulder blades together at the back. Now, depending on how your neck feels, if you really want to bring the focus to the throat center, you can just lift your chin. So you're not looking up to the ceiling, you're just gently lifting your chin, but at the same time, you're pulling your shoulder blades back. So you're keeping this whole collarbone, heart, throat center nice and open, not closed and protected. It's quite a vulnerable position to be in. Squeeze those shoulder blades. We'll take a couple more breaths here. One last breath, full inhale. Full exhale. And then gently slide the hands all the way back under the shoulders. Press back to a child's pose. Rise up to all fours, tuck the toes behind you. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, step the right foot forwards. Keep the left knee lifted. And then inhale, come up to a high lunge, sorry. So the back knee is lifting, you're sinking into that front knee, maybe looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands come down, frame the front foot, step straight back to downward dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step the left foot forwards. Inhale, rise up on the left side, shoulders down. Exhale, hands come down, frame the front foot, step back to downward dog, take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, lift the gaze, look forward, step between the hands. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, soft through the knees, bend them, come up into chair. Maybe take the hands together, but keep the shoulders down. Exhale, straighten the legs, lower the arms, and walk your feet out to the width of the mat, toes pointing out to each side. From here, we're going to attempt to lower down into, what pose is it? What's the name of it? Sukasana, easy pose. So it's a yogic squat. Inhale, lift the arms up, take prayer. Exhale, sink the pelvis down and see if you can come all the way down here into a nice deep squat. Now, your heels might be lifted, that's fine. You're slowly working the heels down, pressing your elbows into your knees, drawing up through the crown of the head. Take a couple of breaths. Two more breaths here, full inhale. Keep your Ujjayi breath if you can. And then use your hands behind you to gently bring yourself down into seated. So we're going to be in seated for a little bit of time here whilst we focus on the upper spine mobility. So if you need to change your seating arrangement, if you'd actually prefer to sit in a chair, you're more than welcome to. Find a seated position that you can sit in comfortably for at least 5 minutes. The first thing we're going to do is some rotations. So you want to turn over your hands so they hold onto your knees. Inhale, draw chest forwards, look up. Shine that throat center. Exhale, rib cage round to one side. And then dome the spine. Look at your belly button so you're closing the throat center here. Inhale, draw it forwards and open it. Exhale, close. Inhale, open throat center. Exhale, close throat center. Let's do 2 more of these. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, this time as you come back with a domed spine, closing the throat center, stay here. If I turn to one side, you can see that I'm doming the spine, bracing my hands against my knees, separating the space in between my shoulder blades. And then remember which way you came and go the opposite way round with the circles. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Inhale. Exhale. And 3. Exhale. And 4. Exhale. On this last one, 5. Keep arching the back, stay forwards, open the throat center. Visualize a light shining from your throat center as you gaze up towards the ceiling, pulling the shoulder blades back and down. And release, come back to center. If you need to change your seating position, then go ahead. We'll keep going. Rub the hands together so you create some heat between the hands so they're nice and warm. From here, I want you to massage your jaw. So kind of like wherever feels best for you. For me, it's right up by my ears and also slightly down. And however feels good, just massage this part of the face, this huge part of connective tissue that connects your skull to your cervical spine. If you're anything like me, perhaps you carry a lot of tension in your jaw. I know that I carry the majority of my tension in my jaw, so it feels really good to give it some attention. Massaging the jaw is also a really, really nice way to bring attention to your throat chakra. If your jaw is tight, it's going to affect your voice. It's going to affect your ability to speak and express yourself in a relaxed way. So just have a couple more circles on the jaw. And then bring the hands all the way around to the back of the neck. And just sweep in upward motions with the hands up the back of the neck, drawing the skin from that bony part at the top of your spine all the way to the base of your skull. And then you can take your hands all the way to your traps, your trapezius muscles, which is where the shoulders connect into the neck, and just feel your trapezius muscles. Give them some attention, give them a squeeze. Great. Take down the hands, backs of the hands to the knees. And we're actually going to yawn. So open your mouth wide as if you're yawning and have that sensation of the back of the throat opening. You can even make a sound if that feels good. So when you're ready, and feel how maybe your eardrums open or change when you do this as well. Mine definitely do. And again, nice deep inhale of breath as we yawn. Nice. From here, take a couple shoulder rolls up, back and down. And we'll go into an extended neck stretch. So if you're comfortable in cross-legged, staying cross-legged, I actually prefer to do this stretch on my knees, although I know a lot of people don't find it very comfortable being on their knees. For some reason, I find that I feel the stretch more intensely when I'm on my knees. I think it's because my arm has farther to reach on each side than when I'm just sitting on my bum. And you'll see when we do the stretch, the more the arm reaches away and the shoulder pushes down, the more the stretch can come into the neck. So we'll start by extending the left arm down, reach it down as much as you can. Inhale, lift the right arm up, take it onto the side of the head. And then as you press this left arm down, just very, very gentle little bit of weight in the right hand to stretch the neck. On an exhale, turn to look down towards your armpit, keeping the right hand on the back of the head. Inhale, release, float the head back to center and switch sides. So the right arm reaches down, the left arm reaches all the way up and to the side, stretching the side of the neck there. Nice, turn to look down at your armpit. Feel the stretch move to the back of the neck. And then bring the head back to center. Interlock both hands behind the head. Exhale, chin to chest, draw the elbows towards one another. Don't feel like you have to put a lot of pressure at the back of the head. It's just a gentle little weight. Inhale, spread the elbows wide, push the back of the head into the back of the hands. Lift your chin to the ceiling, open your heart center and open your throat center. Exhale, chin to chest, elbows towards one another. Inhale, lift your chin, open your elbows to each side. Exhale, chin to chest, elbows together. Release the hands, float the head back up to center, lean over to one side, bring your legs in front of you back into a cross-legged position. And before we go into our kind of final intense pose of the day before we come onto our back, we'll do a few more head rolls and just notice how different your neck maybe feels to the beginning of class. So chin to chest, ear to shoulder, all the way around. And other direction. Great. Float the head back up to center. Roll forwards onto the hands and knees. And we're going to take puppy dog pose. I love this pose. Sorry, something's just come up on my laptop. Just have to switch it off. Great. I love this pose. It's a very deep back bend, so go easy with it. You want to come onto all fours. Keep your hips nice and high, and then walk your hands forwards to bring your chest down onto the mat. Now, this might be enough for some of us today with the forehead down. If you're feeling flexible in your neck and open in your shoulders, you can bring your chin to the mat, really opening through the front of the neck, but just be aware that not everyone has the same flexibility in the cervical spine. With the forehead down or the chin down, this is still a really great heart opener and a really great pose to stretch your back and your shoulders. Walking the hands back onto all fours, sit back onto your knees, bring your feet to one side and shuffle down on your mat. Bring your feet to hip width apart, and we're going to roll down onto our back for some twisting on our back. Extend the arms forward, use your core. We haven't done a lot of focused core work today, so use this as your time to really strengthen and lengthen, melting the spine down vertebrae by vertebrae until we're all the way down on the mat. Nice. I'm going to turn around so you can see me a bit better. The first twist we'll go into is with the left leg long, drawing the right knee into the chest. Extend your right arm out to the side and drop the knee across the body, pressing both shoulders down. Look away from your bent knee and take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, roll back to center. I'm going to turn around for the second side. Extend the right leg long, left knee comes in, left arm reaches away from your body and drop that knee across the body, keeping the shoulders down, looking away from the bent knee. Inhale back to center, and we'll go for a slightly deeper twist. This time, bend your knees, plant your feet on the mat, cross your right leg over your left, and either keep that foot loose or thread the foot around the calf. From here, anchor your shoulders down. Exhale, let the knees roll to the left and take your gaze to the right. Inhale, center, and switch sides. Unravel that left knee, that right leg, and wrap the left leg around, either keeping that foot loose or threading it under the calf. Anchor the shoulders down, knees to the right, head to the left. Inhale, knees to center. Draw both knees into your chest. Hold on to your knees with your hands. Keep your toes together and draw the knees around in two big circles, bringing some movement, some blood flow into the hips. And then take the knees in the other direction. Nice, bring the knees together and squeeze the forehead to the knees. Exhale, release out into your Shavasana. So take your feet to the width of the mat, feet falling out to each side. Take your arms slightly away from your torso, palms shining up, and you can close your eyes. I'm going to sit and talk you through a guided meditation that focuses on your throat chakra. So if you need to put on any layers, if you know that you get cold when you're lying down, then just put on some layers, make sure you're nice and comfortable, and allow your breath to fall into a natural rhythm as we go into guided meditation. As you lie here in stillness, have a sense of your bones becoming heavy and your muscles softening away from your bones into the ground underneath you. Visualize a gold, warm light hovering just underneath the soles of your feet. This golden light penetrates the soles of your feet, and you feel all the muscles in your feet relax as they become warmed by this golden glowing light. This light washes up through your ankles, into your calves, up through your knees, into your thigh bones. Golden light pours into the bowl of your pelvis, up into your lower abdominals. It washes through your diaphragm, into your heart center, up into the shoulders, down the upper arms, past the elbow joints, into the forearms, and right into the tips of the fingers. And then the light travels back up through the forearms, past the elbows, up the upper arms, past your heart center, and comes to concentrate at your throat center. And as this golden light concentrates at the throat center, it changes color and it becomes brighter. It glows a deep ocean blue, like a jewel at the center of your throat. Just want you to visualize this blue pulsating light at your throat center for a few moments. As this blue light glows at your throat center, I want you to sense if you have any tension in that area, either now or in everyday life, whether you feel like your voice sometimes gets constricted, whether you ever feel tension in your throat from anxiety maybe, or even fear. If you ever feel like you can't get your words out or you can't express yourself, perhaps you're shy of singing in front of other people, perhaps you're self-conscious about the way your voice sounds. Perhaps you have struggled in the past with speaking your truth, whatever that means. And your truth might not be the same as someone else's truth, and that's okay. The throat chakra is also deeply connected to, as I said before, jaw issues, jaw tension, and also issues with the ears and the sinuses. So I have also suffered with ear infections in the past. I have a lot of work. I've worked a lot on my throat chakra, ear infections, jaw, throat, that whole area. It's really deeply connected. Allow yourself to bring focus to that area of the body, watching this blue light pulsate at the throat. This blue light then begins to travel upwards into your face, and it turns back into a brilliant gold, and your whole face shines with radiance, energy, and joy. And this light shines out the crown of your head. Feel your entire body balanced between a sense of stillness and restfulness, but also energy. You are still, but you are vibrant. You are rested, but you're also ready for the day ahead. You're ready for the week ahead. When you're ready, begin to take some deeper, fuller breaths down into your abdomen, actively pushing your stomach out on your inhalation and drawing your stomach in on your exhalation. No need to use your ujjayi breath anymore. You can just have a normal, natural breath, and you can breathe through the mouth if you wish. Begin to introduce the movement to your hands and your feet, maybe also taking your head from side to side. On an inhale, lifting your arms up above your head, finding a full body stretch, making yourself as long as possible, stretching up through the arms and down through the toes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale with a sigh through the mouth. Inhaling, drawing your knees up into your chest. Give yourself a hug and rock yourself gently side to side and also up and down the spine, massaging the lower back into the ground. On an exhalation, roll onto your preferred side. Make a little rest with your arm underneath your head and rest there for a few moments. When you are ready, gently open your eyes and slowly bring yourself up into a seated position. And in seated, we'll take a final collective breath and also chant another Om, and just notice whether this Om sounds any different to the first Om that we did at the beginning of class. Inhaling, lifting the arms up. Finding prayer. Exhale, bring the prayer to the center of your forehead for your thoughts and your intentions. To your lips for your words and your actions. Very important. We've been focusing a lot on the words and the use of expression today. And finally, to your heart center for your inner world of feelings, sensations, and emotions. And we shall Om. So inhale through the nose. Om. Thank you, everyone who joined today. It's lovely to see some familiar faces. And yeah, if Raj ever needs cover in the future,